I'm telling you, it is. I'm looking at a building that is, what would you guys say, 100 feet?
Yeah.
Maybe 50 feet away.
Yeah.
And it's almost invisible.
It is one of the weirdest scenes visually I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's red. It's like if we ever got to Mars, this is what it would look like.
That's a very good call. When you used to watch that dopey Mars video all the time.
All the time.
That's what this looks like right now.
Like
Yes.
Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger when they were on
I was trying
Mars.
to kill them, but no, it goes, they were trying to kill me, but I killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just my thing.
So
Screw you!
When is
the
this
big one.
going to end? Like, the fires in Quebec are still going. So if we don't put those fires out,
Yeah,
like,
but we're not.
is this our new existence? Is this it? Like, this is it, guys?
It looked to me like they were starting the fire.
Who's starting the fire?
I saw some video of them dropping like fire bombs over the woods.
I didn't start we didn't start the fire.
No, Billy Joel's somewhere going, I hate that song, but if it plays well today, play it.
I saw that same video, by the way, and it was really weird.
Yeah.
It looks like they're
dropping
dropping
bombs.
fire on the fire.
Yeah, now I know a lot of times that you try to, all right, see you, CeeLo. No, do what you got to do. I know you
I
have
had
another
I
thing.
had
I
a
know.
read to do, but
Oh,
you know.
go ahead, do your read. Go ahead.
Well, now I logged out, so I'll record it for these guys and they'll play it in a commercial
Do
break.
you want to lose weight in 40 days?
Yeah, pretty much, something like that.
Need a new
All right,
bathroom?
hopefully, we're not all dead tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow you got 5 minutes. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Now, I did call Major League Baseball up, and they are obviously monitoring it. This is a very unique situation, although in the past, there have been some minor league games canceled for similar reasons.
Yesterday,
And
Scranton, Pennsylvania,
There you go.
Syracuse, New York, both of those games, just to name two, were canceled because of these conditions, yet the Yankees played last night.
yeah, it's the Yankees play last night, which it was really like ominous,
Yeah, but
right?
wait, Craig, I got to walk me through this. We did a show here yesterday.
Yeah.
I knew about the wildfires. I think we all did, but I didn't think that much about it.
Yeah.
When I left the studio at 6:25, I was stunned by what I smelled and by what I saw. When you left the studio,
Yeah.
maybe a few minutes earlier,
No, I was in the bathroom.
were you not stunned by what happened when you walked outside?
It's funny because my kids asked me that too. Today, the smell is much more pronounced to me.
100%, I agree with you.
Yesterday, I didn't smell it.
And the look is definitely more pronounced as well.
because now it's got like a reddish hue to it.
Yeah.
And like I took a picture before I came into the building today. So about, I don't know, 11:30, 11:45, whatever it was. And I was like, wow, it's just dark. It just looks like, kind of brown, like maybe there's a hurricane coming through, that kind of thing. But I've never seen this.
Well, yesterday when I left the building, the first thing that hit me was the smell. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And then it took me about 20 seconds to figure it all out. Like, oh, I get it now. So you got the smell, you have the look. And that's why last night when I got home, the first thing I was doing out of curiosity was to ask Yankee fans who were in the building, like, what is this like? Forget the look. The look is visual. How about the smell? You sit there watching a 2.5-hour Yankee game, and it smells like burnt wood.
Can't be good to breathe this in, I would think, right?
No, the air quality is considered terrible.
Play this out for a second. Let's say, I apologize.
You all right?
See, that's killing me.
Is it related?
It's beginning.
Let's say at Major League Baseball, the Yankees and the White Sox say, we're good. We're playing. What idiot would go to the game tonight?
But that's the problem, right?
Would you actually go if you had tickets?
No. I said that to my wife last night when I got home. I said, if the Mets were home, I would have called an audible.
You would have sold the tickets or eaten them.
I would have sold them. I would have eaten them. No one's buying them.
Yeah.
But I would have said, I don't want to smell this for 3 hours, let alone is it not good for my health, which obviously it's not. So I get that the New York Yankees players and the Chicago White Sox players are probably saying, hey, let's just play the game. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're in great shape. It's not going to harm us. We're good to go. But I think what Major League Baseball and the Yankees have to think about is, no offense, they don't have to think about Yoan Moncada and Giancarlo Stanton. You got to think about the fans. And at the very least, Craig, if you're going to play this game, you have to offer every single person a ticket, a chance to get a new ticket for a future game. Because you cannot tell someone who's got health issues or someone who's older, hey, too bad, we're playing.
So here's the latest. I'm not going to claim to know a lot about air pollution and all that because I just don't know anything about it. But as of right now, in the moment, New York City's air pollution is the second worst in the world. Only New Delhi, India, right now has worse air quality from a health standpoint, you can't go outside.
So how can you play a baseball game?
Well, that's my whole point. How are you, A, going to make the guys play baseball? And then B, if you're a customer, how do you willingly go to Yankee Stadium tonight? I want to be clear. It's not the Yankees' fault. It's not baseball's fault. This is a freak of nature.
No, it's their fault if they decide to play the game.
That's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
They didn't create the situation, but they have a responsibility to react to it. And the only reaction to me is along the lines of what you said. Tonight's game, maybe even tomorrow's, because it looks like this, according to what I'm reading, is not going to clear up until maybe Thursday, tomorrow. But that's not a guarantee based on winds and all that crap.
Why would it clear up, though, Craig, if the fires are still going?
Something about the
wind?
Airstream and the wind and where it would take everything.
Because the one thing I was surprised about was last night was really bad when I got home. And then this morning when I first woke up, I was like, oh, it's better. Yeah. It's all good. And then as the morning was going on, it got worse again. Yeah. So I went on the Google machine and I found out that it gets worse with the sun burning it. So it gets worse throughout the day, which means the Yankees should play a morning game tomorrow. Boom, let's go.
I'm sorry. You went on the what?
The Google machine.
The Google machine.
And I Googled it.
You mean something we call the internet.
That's
you just
right.
went on the internet.
And I learned that air quality fluctuates from day to day for a number of reasons. Most obviously, air quality changes. But when the sun burns it, as the day goes on, it goes up and it gets worse.
Oh, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. I'm 30 years old. In 30 years on this planet, I've never seen this before.
Times two.
I'm not 60 yet. I'm on my way, but I'm not 60 yet. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, I'd love you guys to call in wherever you are right now and just kind of give us a glimpse. I'm sure we're looking at the same thing, but if you have tickets to tonight's Yankee game, and we can get into last night's game if you want. Obviously, no Judge, no offense. 3-2 loss to the White Sox. But this is, to me, this is not COVID. This is not hurricanes, which we've dealt with. This is not, I don't know, any type of emergency situation.
Well, it's an emergency situation.
This is something I've never seen.
It's an emergency situation in another country.
Yeah.
There are fires burning over Quebec.
10 minutes ago it was announced the FAA, has grounded about 1,200 flights into LaGuardia.
Because there's no visibility.
Right. So, I mean, if they're grounding flights and delaying flights, how are they going to play a baseball game?
And that's why the Yankees in Major League Baseball, they have to make a decision quick also. And we talk about this all the time with rain. You have people who have tickets. And then the other question is, you mentioned if you have tickets tonight, do you go to tonight's game?
I don't think you go. I think you trade them in.
If you had tickets, you can't trade them in, Craig, unless the Yankees allow you to. No, I'm saying the
Yankees have to allow that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last night, this took me, and I think it took a lot of people by surprise in terms of how bad it was going to be. We knew about the fires, maybe not necessarily what it was going to look like or what it was going to smell like.
Yeah.
Did you go to the game and sit there for 3 hours?
I mean, listen, I will say this. I only saw a couple of things on TV live, and while I know they were expecting about 40,000 people there last night, I mean, it didn't look totally packed.
No, it didn't. Now, they announced 38,000. It looked like there were far less people there. But did anybody go to the game, sit there for a few innings and say, I'm not doing this anymore. I got to get out. Not because Lucas Giolito's pitching a no-hitter, not because Aaron Judge isn't in the lineup, but because it smells like someone left a fireplace on.
Did anybody go to the game last night and their ankles are neon gold today? Like, is there any type of, like one of those bad Chevy Chase movies or something like that? It is, it's Armageddon, dude. And I know I know exactly what's going to happen next.
What?
Actually, somebody just sent me a still photograph of Yankee Stadium a half hour ago.
Yeah.
And it is as if a 9-year-old took a red or crimson crayon to the background and just went to town on it. It's nuts. You can't play big. Can you play?
No.
I mean, I guess you could.
No, you can. Here's the question.
I don't think you can have the public come.
That's the thing. Ask Major League Baseball and the Yankees, when you make this decision today, is it about the players being able to play or is it about the fans in the stands? Because if it's
both.
it's
got to be both.
No, but if you're looking at, well, these guys are in the best shape of their life. They're not compromised physically.
Yeah.
They're good.
Well, let me ask you a question,
They'll be fine.
Wait, you can't even see the ball. And if you turn the lights on, do the lights penetrate through this?
Oh, so you're talking about visibility? Just that aspect of it?
I'm asking visibility. I'm asking health-wise. I'm saying, do the New York Yankees and Major League Baseball and the White Sox, for that matter, want 40,000 people sitting in this?
Well, but that's my question, Craig, because you're right about the visibility. If you can't see the baseball, fine, cancel the game.
It's an easy wrap.
Are you making the decision based on the players, or are you making the decision based on the fans? Because you've got 38,000 people scheduled to come to a baseball game tonight, and meanwhile, the mayor and every public official is telling us not to spend more than 5 minutes outside. Every kid's activities, you don't need me to tell you this, you already know if you're a mom or dad, have been canceled. There's no recess. Yeah. There's no Little League.
My son's all-star football game practice got canceled an hour ago.
Universally.
Yeah.
No one's going outside. So how could Major League Baseball and the New York Yankees say, all that's happening, but we want 38,000 customers to sit together for 3 hours?
Yeah.
I don't know how they could play this game tonight.
You know what I think we ought to do? I think one of us, I'll do it. Fine, Craig, you're in. Should go outside during the commercial break and take some videos and photos of Hudson Street to give people an idea of just how bad it is.
Because you don't think anyone's done that on social media yet?
Well, there's also
you don't think anyone's tweeted out a picture?
No, I happen to like the chicken thighs at the place across the street. And then at lunch, and I'm figuring, two birds, one stone. I take some photos for the show.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And I get a couple chicken thighs.
My entire social media feed is bouncing between two things. How great Governor Christie's speech was last night.
Yeah.
And pictures of New York City skies. That's all. That's dominating my social media feed.
What's funny about that? Our feeds are so different. So your feed is Governor Christie giving a good speech in New Hampshire last night.
It's right on my alley with the history lesson.
Right.
Oh, I love that.
All right. And on my feed on Twitter, I'm being overwhelmed with tweets from Mariah Mills. Mariah Mills is a high-rated porn star who apparently has been having a relationship with Zion Williamson. And Zion just got, according to her, a low-rate porn star pregnant. And she's very upset. And she put a number of things out there like this one. I motivated you to get back in shape. I let you bleep me all kinds of ways and film me on your phone. And you impregnate a low-budget porn star? DNA test or I'm done.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Mariah Mills.
That's on your Twitter feed.
I deleted the video of the photographer pouring honey in my mouth because you told me you felt disrespected. And here I am on Twitter seeing you trending with the bleep being pregnant and you kissed that hoe. Why you hurt me like this? Why did you do this to your butterfly? Good question.
Is that what he called her? This is my butterfly?
That is a good question. That is a good question. Let's see what else she has to say.
And Zion was so wholesome because they just had this gender reveal video. It was so beautiful. Yeah. He's having a daughter. Him and his girlfriend are talking about the beauty of it. And all of a sudden this comes out.
Boy, she is going crazy even in the last hour. Don't call my phone, Zion. You lost me for good until I see DNA. I'm done. I don't have any tapes. They're all on his phone. And I'm not like that. I guess they videotape themselves doing things. How about this one? You ready? You let that hoe finesse you?
Wait a second. So she released all these messages?
I let you spit in my mouth last week
when
we bleeped. You could have told me you had another whore pregnant. How is that going to work moving us both to New Orleans? You think I wouldn't have found out?
Wow.
Yeah.
So she's just going on like a Twitter rampage right now?
I told you was going to be the next king next to LeBron. I motivated you.
Well, that's a lie.
Use blank is the reason you gained weight. She toxic. I hate this for you. You hurt me with this one. I couldn't sleep last night.
She lost me on that one. She told Zion he's the next LeBron?
Yeah, I told you you're the next LeBron.
She's a liar.
Yeah, so this is getting crazy right now. I like it. So, yeah, our feeds are a little different.
Yeah, slightly.
All right, listen, we got lots to do. 877-337-6666. Carton and Roberts on the fan. Let me do the kind of required responsibility message to everybody listening right now. Visibility, obviously, is no good. So don't be that jackass that's in a rush, to get from A to B and you're doing 80 on the highway and you're beeping dudes. Just chill out and get home safely because I'm telling you, there's a building 50 feet away. And while, I can't see it, it's not going in a good direction.
Right.
Right? So if you are listening to us right now, keep an eye on the road. Pay attention to where you're going, and knock on wood, everybody gets home safely, or you get to the next delivery safely, and we'll kind of live through this together. But this is a one-of-a-kind event for me.
And stay inside, too, because that smell cannot be good for you. Breathing this in cannot be good for you. I'm no health expert, but I can kind of surmise it's probably best to not be outside very long.
If you look out our window to the left, there's the Hudson River and then obviously New Jersey. You can't even see the river.
Can't see Jersey, I know.
You cannot see New Jersey right now. It's crazy. It's eerie because I remember after Hurricane Sandy, the streets were empty. I could have gone from the Upper West Side to Tribeca in about 3 minutes. There was no one on the streets. Obviously, many people said the same thing during COVID.
Right.
If you were in a car, you could have driven all over the city in minutes, right?
Yeah.
Not that far, not that hard to do it.
I do remember.
This has that same eerie kind of feel to it, except that New York City's busted right
I was
now.
going to say, the city's not empty.
Yeah.
At least I haven't noticed it, especially because, Wednesdays and Thursdays tend to be, the busiest the city has because no one works on Fridays anymore, and a lot of people don't work on Mondays. So it's middle of the week where it's busy. So it's not even that it's empty. It's that you look outside, and it's just freaky. It does feel psychedelic, end-of-the-world stuff. And yet, as we sit here at 2:20, the Yankees are still playing a baseball game today.
Many people are saying this is God's way of saying goodbye to the Iron Sheik.
You buying
the Iron
into
Sheik
that passed away today,
You're buying into that notion that this is God's way of saying, thank you.
Do you know what the Iron Sheik's last tweet was before he passed away?
I do, as a matter of fact. He said, Hulk Hogan, you're a jabroni.
Well, he has said that many times.
No, that wasn't
many
it.
things about Hulk Hogan that I cannot repeat. But he said, bleep the wildfires.
Come on.
So his last tweet was saying,
Really?
bleep that.
100%.
All right.
Like 20 hours ago.
Yeah, that was the last thing he uttered, and now he's in the wrestling ring in the sky.
Yeah, if only there were an app out there where people could take pictures of the sky in New York and post them publicly.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Because none of us have seen what the sky looks like yet.
Here's Chris and Isom on the fan. Yo, Chris, what's going on?
What's up, guys? How you doing? I teach earth science. I went to school for meteorology. What's happening is there's a low-pressure system over Maine that's not moving.
Yeah.
Low-pressure systems rotate counterclockwise, bringing the smoke right over us here in New York. So not until, the jet stream moves that storm along, that's when this will clear up.
And obviously, you're not sitting in front of your computer now, and you're breaking up a bit, so we got to let you go. But there's a reason for everything, Evan. Jet streams, counterclockwise, air patterns, stuff.
No, I get that, but the fires haven't been put out yet. So if this jet stream goes away, what's to stop another jet stream from coming Saturday while the fires are still raging? Because I saw the Canadian government's asking for help. I know we've helped a little bit.
But with fire retardant chemicals and stuff?
To put the freaking fires out.
Yeah.
There are wildfires in Quebec.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't just drop water on it, right?
No, they've tried.
You got to drop that.
Water bombs.
Yeah, but it's also that powder.
Yeah.
That stuff that it's a fire retardant powder or something.
Yeah, but then
right?
I was reading that some of the fires are so big they've given up. They're basically just saying, let it burn. We can't even stop
a lot
that.
of times, when you see mountain ranges, you'll see a break in the trees. And they're called fire breaks.
Yeah.
Where they try to avoid the spread of a forest fire. They'll have I'm making this part up, maybe a 20-foot wide break. If you're driving, let's say you and your family go to North Carolina. You might see the Adirondacks or something. And you'll be, that's interesting. Why is it all trees and then no trees for 20 feet and then trees? They're actually done on purpose.
It's good for the environment, I think.
No.
Or it's good for the trees, I think.
It stops the fire. Is why they do it. They're called fire breaks.
Oh, so if a fire breaks out,
it doesn't continue on to burn the entire forest down.
I think sometimes they do controlled fires. They'll pick a spot and burn some of the in a controlled manner, so that by the time the raging fire gets there, it's all burned. There's nothing to continue to burn.
They just knock them down.
Or they knock them
down.
But
I also read it's good for the trees and whatnot. I read that once. I'm not sure how accurate that is. Should I double check that?
Listen,
Yeah,
a forest fire is not good for the trees. But there are
Good for the
people. I will
trees.
say this: there are gardeners who believe.
Yes, I'm sorry. Many ecosystems benefit from periodic fires because they clear out dead organic material, and some plant and animal populations require the benefits fires brings to survive and reproduce.
There's
so
some.
thank you.
There are some gardeners who think at the end of every gardening season, you torch the garden, and then by the next spring when you go to plant again, it's beneficial. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is this: I wouldn't want to be sitting on the tarmac of LaGuardia right now.
No.
Right?
When do you ever want to sit on the tarmac of LaGuardia?
When I'm taking off for a nicer place.
You still got to be on a plane for 3 hours?
Could you imagine, if you went to the airport and it's your only vacation of the year and you're going to Disney, you booked it through Big Mac, unlike some people, and you're sitting there and the captain goes, L1LR, we're next for takeoff. Seats in the upright position. Have a nice flight. And then you're like, here we go. And then you go, ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain Bob from the cockpit. If you look outside your window, you may notice a crimson sky. We can't see more than 30 feet in front of us, and we've been shut down by the FAA. We'll be going back to the gate. You'll be disporting. You can pick up your luggage at carousel number 3. This flight is not taking off. Oh.
It'd be bad if you were leaving to go on vacation, but it'd be good if you were on vacation and stuck on vacation.
I can't get back.
Exactly. It's like the bad beats. Yeah, there's bad beats, but there's good winds that come along with that.
Yes, that's
Same
true.
thing with the flight delay.
Yeah, there's always a flip side of bad news.
You
right?
don't think Loogie wanted his flight delayed down in Florida, wherever the hell he was?
I
Doesn't have to come back to us.
Yeah.
I wonder if he would have called the people that booked it for him. He didn't book it through his friends. So, that would have been a tough call for him, I guess. Would have been a tough call what to do. Whatever travel agent he used to book his vacation to Disney, as opposed to his best friend, Big Mac, whose wife does that for a living on the side, and he didn't call her. So I wonder what kind of customer service he would have gotten.
If I may here.
We got to take a break.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's break time.
more on that later.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Look, you went to Disney. You know the man's wife books Disney as part of their side hustle, and you not only didn't book it through her, you didn't even tell him you were going to Disney.
That's half accurate. I did not go to Disney. I spent one day at Epcot.
Well, that's
and that
going to
was
Disney.
It. No, it's not going to Disney. I did not stay at a Disney hotel.
Epcot's Disney.
I didn't go to a Disney hotel. I didn't go to like 4 or 5 different parks. I went to one day at Epcot. It was somewhat last minute. Even the night before we were deciding which park we were going to go see.
Is Epcot Disney?
Are you listening?
It's one of the main 4 parks.
I believe it's one of the main.
Yeah.
So, no, I got to call you out on
There's
it.
4 parks.
I didn't go to a immersive Disney experience
You
that
went
the
to
McMonacles
Epcot.
offer. I went one day to Epcot.
Let me ask you a question. While you're on Epcot property, is that not an immersive experience?
Talking about?
But you guys
it's
are making it like walking around with the goofy ears for 6 straight days, staying at the Grand Floridian.
Here's what we're saying.
And
Here's
I
what we're
stayed
saying.
off campus.
Here's what we're saying.
What are we saying?
You went to Epcot. You bought tickets to go to Epcot.
That is true.
You know that they sell those tickets to pay their mortgage, and you didn't even consider using their service.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it.
It's wrong.
Sad.
I did
And that's
consider
it.
it.
And you
Just
know
own
what?
it.
Now that it's starting to make sense
Just own
because
it.
I asked him where he was going. It was very, just a couple days away.
Gee, I wonder why. It ends up on the radio.
Yeah, didn't say a thing. Not a thing.
It's all good. It's all good. We got your back.
No, I remember. Yeah, no, you guys too.
At least you're loyal to us and you're playing softball on our team. Oh. I forgot. Wait a minute. That's right.
Oh, that's
you're
different.
playing for Tiki and Tierney's team.
That's different.
Yeah, Tiki doesn't know your name. And
Of
you're playing
course he
for
does.
Tiki and Tierney's softball
Are you
team.
kidding me?
877
We're the 2 best athletes here.
337-6666. Promise all your calls. It's a personal thing. We want to hear from you and how you're getting through this and if you want to go to a Yankee game tonight.